Do I look tired to you? This is the most I've slept in the past week. I'm sleeping right now. But I'm very happy, though. On January the 31st, my wife gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, Liam James Ferguson. Thank you very much for doing that. Yeah. And I was there. Like the whole thing, I saw the whole thing. I was right up the pointy end. Really, well, I don't, you know, I'm trying to be, I was right there for the very absolute, oh. Anyway, good news is Liam was 8 pounds, 2 ounces, and 21 inches long. And that apparently makes him a genius. Which he is, of course. So now I've got 2 sons. So it's another couple of hundred, and we'll be taking over the world. I'm really tired. Look, I know the show can be a little dodgy sometimes, but tonight I think it could be really bad. Now, the good news is I couldn't give a rat's ass. I'm just trying to purposely be worse than usual so the audience will be quiet. And I can get some rest. He's a very good baby, but he is a baby and he follows baby rules. And does not respond to debate. We'll get him around that. Anyway, thank you for all your lovely well wishes and cards. And what else did you send? A hat. I think someone sent a hat for me. I told you, didn't I? I just fell asleep right there when I looked down. I was like talking, then I went. All right, we'll take a break. You can watch some commercials for excellent products. I'll catch 40 winks, and then I'll see you at the end of the show.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, sponsored by Farmers Insurance. Find a knowledgeable local farmers agent at farmers.com. We are insurance. We are farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
The effort, but I've got a bit of a headache, so shut up. I'm a little bit sleepy, so stop. Guess what? What? I'll tell you. Who are you? I don't know. It's a great day for America, everybody, isn't it? It is. It's official. Yesterday's Super Bowl was the most watched TV program in history. Take that, soccer. Take that, moon landing. People who are against the moon landing? How can you be against it. Finally, someone say something about the moon landing. That's a ridiculous thing to be against. I'm angry about the moon landing. Let it go, man. It was a long time ago. Anyway, congratulations to the Green Bay Packers who beat the Steelers 31-25. Now, it shouldn't have been that close, but Green Bay receivers dropped 8 passes. Now, football fans haven't seen that many mishandled balls since texts from Brett Favre. And we're back. Did you notice, though, yesterday, no cheerleaders at the Super Bowl? Because neither the Packers nor the Steelers use cheerleaders. That's because they're old school, you know, smash-mouth football teams. They don't have time for any of that spandex crap. And because it's too damn cold in Pittsburgh or Green Bay, you can't. Cheerleaders aren't going to dance around during a blizzard in just a little skirt. Those things that they shake would freeze. And so would their pom-poms. There you are. We're definitely back. Hey, what about the moon landing? Let it go! I watched the Super Bowl at home. Now, what, Craig? Yes, I did. I thought about going. There's a Super Bowl party every year at the talk show, late night talk show host Clubhouse. But it gets a little weird because I went there last year and Jay Leno was looking for something to cut the cake and Conan said, "Why don't you use the knife you left in my back?" And we were all like, awkward, awkward. I was the only one doing that though. And everybody else was going, "What the hell are you doing?" I was like, "Shut up, this is my thing." What about the moon landing? Let it go! Anyway, the Packers, of course, are celebrating by going to Disney World. I'm surprised Disney World still, you know, they still, you know, do that. Especially now that Michael Vick's back in football, because you know who's going to be worried about it? Goofy. Yeah. If Vick shows up, I am out of here. It was very cold in Dallas yesterday. How cold was it? I'll tell you how cold it was in a minute. It was so cold, 12 people were treated for frostbite on their big foam fingers. Yeah. It wasn't that cold then. So on Friday, Dallas got hit with this thing, thunder snow. That's what they called it, thunder snow. It's when there's it's below freezing during a thunderstorm. Thunder snow. By the way, thunder snow is also the name of my pony. Come on, thunder snow. My fantasy pony that I use when I play World of Warcraft. Super Bowl commercials are always great too. I like the one where the dumb guy gets distracted by a beautiful woman and winds up getting hit in the balls. Which one was that? Oh yeah, all of them. It's amazing how the Super Bowl ads use sex even if it doesn't make sense. You know, you get a girl writhing around on a bearskin carpet all touching herself and everything going, ah. And the voiceover says, "Are you paying too much for car insurance?" Yeah, maybe I am, actually. I don't know. Ask the lady on the big bearskin rug, am I? Yes, you are. I like that commercial for E-Trade, though, with the wee talking baby. It made me a bit angry, though, because that baby's talking and working. I turned to my newborn son and said, "When are you going to start making some money for the family? What are you, 5 days old, you freeloading bastard?" Yeah. That's how you raise them right. What? 5 days, yeah. I think so. I don't know. 6 days. Oh, man, do I have to remember everything? I'm tired. Anyway, I also like the commercial where Roseanne got hit by a tree. Who doesn't love that? Come on. I think the whole country was like, yes! I opened my window and I could hear Tom Arnold laughing all the way from his house in Malibu. I'm glad there were no big controversies during the game, though. Both teams played well. The officials caught all the calls right, pretty much. The only hiccup was Christina Aguilera kind of... What the hell was that? Less of the warbling, more of the getting the words. People at Fox say they haven't seen someone mangle words this bad since Paula Abdul was talking. The other big brouhaha was off the field, where 400 ticket holders weren't allowed into the stadium. 2 hours before the game, the fire marshal said their seats were unsafe. Now, look, I know the NFL is a tiny organisation, but that's still no excuse. These people bought tickets. They took time off from work, they waited in line forever, only to find out they didn't get a seat. Now, who does business like that? Except every airline who doesn't advertise on CBS. That's right. No, wait, no. The airlines that advertise on CBS, they don't do that. The rest of you? No. Do you know what I did like, though, is the halftime show. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Although I didn't like the Black Eyed Peas trying to look cool coming down from the ceiling, but wearing big safety harnesses. It's not that dangerous when you're strapped in 8 different ways. You want to see danger? Look at the guy who has to tell the 400 drunk ticket holders from Pittsburgh and Green Bay they can't get into the game because the fire marshal said their seats were unsafe. I'm sorry, you can't get in. We got you a pennant. And we have a ticket to Metzger, which will be held in Indianapolis. Yes, it will. Oh, this is kind of awkward, isn't it? It's commercial break time, isn't it? Oh, thank goodness, I've run out of steam. Yeah, it's that time, Jeff.
Buy these products, consumer zombies.
He doesn't mean it like that. He's trying to be cutting edge and on the, what do they call it? Edgy? Yeah, he's trying to be edgy. Is that what you're being, edgy?
For reals?
Yeah, for reals. You're trying to be edgy and all different and alternative and stuff.
Oh, pumpkins.
Take that, edgy young comedians. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Who are you people? All right, what time is it, Jeffrey Pearson?
Time to check that stuff on your desk, Craig.
Time to what? That what on your what?
Time to check that stuff on your desk, Craig. Time to check that stuff on your desk, Craig.
Play the jingle. Plus emails. Plus the emails. Oh, who's that at the door? Oh, Dominic Monaghan. Dominic?
Congratulations.
Thank you, my dear. Dominic. Hello, Dom.
How are you?
I'm all right, dear. I thought it might be the horse secretariat, but it wasn't.
Right.
It was you.
He could possibly be waiting in the wings. You never know.
Do you think he might be? If he were waiting there? What the hell? Would you dance with him?
I would love... you lead the dance and I'll follow. How's that?
Who's that at the door? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, no, good. All right, that's enough. No, don't. If you thought the horse was a little slow tonight, we've actually got a stand-in ass end of the horse tonight. I'm waiting. Regular ass is out, so.
You still got that cup, I see.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Remember we talked about that last time?
No.
We don't.
I don't remember that.
I said, I love that cup. I'd love a cup like that. And you went, yeah, I'll get you one.
Oh, well, I will.
It's lost a tooth as well.
It has lost a tooth. It was in a fight.
Oh.
With another cup. Hey, you're not a guest on the show. I'm just going to do the emails.
Do you want me to go?
No, you're all right.
Oh.
You can help me with this.
All right, what are we doing?
Well, I'm doing the emails. I'm a bit tired, actually.
Okay, I'll just listen to the first one.
Oh, that looks good. Let me try that, man.
Careful.
All right. This is from Lacey in Point-au-Pins. Port-au-Prince in Michigan. All right. Lacey says, Dear Craig and Dominic, she probably meant...
She didn't know that, she just says Craig.
Yeah, she says, Dear Craig, did you ever wonder if there's a parallel universe and if you're there too? You ever wonder that?
Wow, this could be a long answer. I'm totally convinced there's a parallel universe.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think everything is happening on different places at the same time, always. Don't you? Yeah. I definitely think, because I have this in my head all the time as kind of like a waking dream. I definitely think that I'm running down a runway with a kind of princess type character, and the planet that I'm on, seriously, is on fire, and we're trying to get to the ship on time to fly off.
That's just a movie you saw.
Yeah. Star Wars on fire.
Yeah. Star Wars on ice, that'd be good, wouldn't it? I bet, yeah.
Wicked.
Do you think they've done that? They probably have done that.
They've probably tried it.
Yeah.
But the Darth Vader helmet would always fall forward, wouldn't it?
Did you watch the Super Bowl, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. This is from Kelsey in La Mirada in California. Have you ever been to California?
It's a picture of a cock there.
Yeah, there's a picture of a cock right there. Like it's the first time you saw a picture. Anyway, Kelsey says, it's almost my 18th birthday. What is a good way to celebrate? Well, what's a good way to celebrate an 18th birthday?
What's the legal age of drinking in America?
21.
Right, so that's out. I'd just say friends, family, maybe a cake.
I think that's what she had in mind. All right, this is from Christopher in West Orange in Texas. Now, have you ever been to Texas?
I've been to Austin, which is also my father's name.
Austin is your father's name, and that's weird.
Yeah,
that's like if you had a father called St. Louis and you'd been to St. Louis.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
All right, this is from Christopher in West Orange in Texas. Says, Craig, I know you like Doctor Who, but I was wondering if you have any other science fiction favourites. Do you like the Doctor Who?
But he's asked you that question. I keep answering for you.
Well,
why don't you answer that one? And I'll go.
I do have other science fiction favourites. My favourite's Dominic Monaghan in that Planet movie where he runs along with the princess. Yeah.
It's going to get made. It's going to get made. Science fiction. I like the work of a science fiction writer called Jeff Noon and William Gibson, and I'm a big fan of Star Wars. Black Star, 2001.
You wear nail polish?
Matrix, yeah. Matrix. No one said they were just for girls. I
actually wear it a lot on my toes. I'm not wearing any right now. I usually wear, like when I spoke at the White House thing, I was wearing something rather flashy and
fruity.
Yeah. Nice. I always like to wear it because if I wear it in my hands, people know, but if I wear it underneath my socks, they don't know just how.
Yeah, it's like a secret. It's like wearing your girlfriend's underwear. No one knows but you. It's kind of sexy. Unless you like pulling it out of your ass. That's what I do.
How did you know I... Anyway, look, this is from Shane and... Shane's from Johnson City in Tennessee.
No joke there, then?
No. You haven't heard that one before then, Shane, have you? Shane says, Dear Craig, I have a pet boa constrictor. Oh. And my friends think that's weird. What do you think?
I have 2 boa constrictors.
You do not?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
God, that is weird, man.
I don't think it's that weird. I'd like to know what type of boa constrictors they are, because they get pretty huge, you know, they get hard to manage when they get
what do you call them when they're that size? Venti?
Yeah. They get ginormous and they eat like rabbits and your arms.
Don't say that. They eat rabbits?
They will eat a rabbit.
It's the year of the rabbit.
Is it really?
The year of the rabbit.
They will do that. They will eat a full rabbit.
Really? Well, how can a snake get... Rabbits are pretty fast. A snake can't get hold of a rabbit. The rabbit would have to be napping or in they'd have to drug the rabbit and someone like, come back to my place, enjoy. Have a martini.
Relax. Take it easy.
Oh, please. Snakes don't do that anymore. Have another.
I think, unfortunately, what a lot of pet owners do is they just throw it in with the snake, and then, you know, if the snake's in a thing as big as your desk, sooner or later, the rabbit and the snake are going to come to grips with
That's awful.
It's terrible.
But yet, it's nature.
Yeah, well, kind of nature. Because in nature, they'd be, you know, all running around doing their thing.
Right. Well, you should let your
contained.
boa constrictors go, then.
I sometimes give my snakes a little bit of a run, so I'll take them outside.
Me too.
I'll take them outside in the garden and I'll create like a little space for them, and then I'll put some...
You should make obstacles for them like that TV show, like they have to go through little hoops and...
Right.
Yeah.
Crimson Factor.
Yeah, Crimson... No, it's called something else here.
Oh,
it's,
is it?
what's the show where they have to do stuff? America's biggest...
Oprah?
No, not Oprah. What's it? It might be Oprah, actually. I think it's
it could be
Oprah, yeah. No. Would you go on Oprah with your boa constrictors?
She'd never invite me on.
She might ask you on with
enough.
the way your snakes.
Yeah,
if you went
I'd
on
do
with
that.
she went, and now here's the snake guy everyone in America's talking about.
Yeah, I could do that. And then while I'm on the Oprah show, I could have some revelation that I've secretly been hiding in my psyche for years. That
Like
comes
you
to
from
pass, like,
another planet.
Oh, I was touched by a priest when I was 7, and she'd go, oh, it's terrible.
Hot damn.
Isn't that what they... I thought that's what you do on Oprah.
I don't know. It's a while since I've seen it. All right, this is from Rebecca in Morrisville in North Carolina. Have you ever been to the Carolinas? They're beautiful. You have to go there. They're lovely.
I've only done the coastlines. I've done like San Francisco, LA, and then New York's, you know,
Yeah, the coast,
Miami.
North Carolina, South Carolina, they're on the coast.
Oh, right. See, I don't know anything. I've done Austin a little bit, but I've not done the middle bit. I want to do the road trip from one side
What was
to the other.
your mom's name?
Michigan.
Oprah?
Oprah, Michigan?
Yeah.
Your mom's name? That's a nice name. All right, this is from Rebecca in Morrisville in North Carolina. She says, Dear Craig and Dominic, I'm 27. I've decided to go on vacation alone, but don't know a fun place to go. Any recommendations? Well, now, you're a world traveller. You're always going around with your snakes and such and doing stuff and eating bugs on TV and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it depends how adventurous you are. I think Thailand's a really good place to go. Vietnam's fun. Cambodia's really fun.
They're all the same kind of theme there, don't you? Mix it up a little bit.
Fiji, New Zealand.
You did the Hobbit movie there?
Yeah, I did the Lord of the Rings there, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. Hey, they've been on recently.
Who's
the Return of the King and the King.
I've heard they were
the
playing
Lord of the,
on
yeah, they've been
TV
on
shows
the,
a lot.
yeah.
Scotland, love the place to go. I was in Scotland for New Year's.
Were you really?
For Hogmanay.
Really?
Yeah.
How long were you in hospital afterwards?
I did have one of the worst hangovers of my life.
Oh, yeah.
I was best man at a friend's wedding. I would recommend Scotland.
Billy got married, didn't he? Billy Boy got married, yes.
I'd recommend Scotland, but probably between like May and August, because the weather is pretty brutal when you're up there.
In Scotland, yeah, it can get a little bad, yeah.
Ireland's amazing. There's a lot of cool places to go. Get out of America. No offense to America, but like, whenever I'm in my country... No, I'm not. No offense. I always think a holiday is like that feeling of change and something different, a new experience, and it's very difficult to go on holiday in your own country.
Where are you going this year then? The caves of Tora Bora, perhaps?
I want to go to, this year I want to go to either Christmas Island or Easter Island.
Oh, I'd like to go to Easter Island, and then I wouldn't be the one with the giant head.
Exactly. And those heads are just amazing. Christmas Island's really cool. I'd like to go to Madagascar, but I got some interesting
Did you see
comments
that, the Madagascar, the cartoons? They were hilarious.
Loved it.
Yeah. That's some good times.
Yeah, I love cartoons, man.
Yeah, I like cartoons, me. Do you like that the Pepe Le Pew? I like Pepe Le Pew.
I like skunks in real life. I think they're really amazing.
I like skunks, yeah, except when they jump in front of my car.
Yeah, but they're quite glamorous and quite cool looking. I like the colour, and I don't actually mind the smell.
Are you mistaking the word skunk for Kardashian? Because it's a very different thing.
They are in the same bracket.
Well, kind of, yeah.
But I like the smell. I think the smell... Not
Kardashians or skunks?
Kardashians.
You're right, yeah.
The smell of success. No, I think it's nice, that musky, skunky, dirty kind of smell, you know? I think it's quite cool. I live really close to Griffith Park, and I was driving home the other day, and there was a dog, what I thought was a dog, just hanging out by the side of the road, watching the cars go by, and it was a coyote. They're so
coyotes,
tame.
yeah, no, they're very civilized now. The coyotes, you'll see them. They're kind of sarcastic.
Yeah,
you know, like you walk by them, and you go, "Hey, get away from me!" And they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
oh, you look at you, all opposable thumbs." Yeah.
And it's a great way to spot a coyote, like if it looks a little bit like it could be a dog, could be a coyote. Dogs do that run, which we all know. All right, yeah, yeah, like that. This one, right? Yeah. Coyotes do this kind of like lazy giraffe run. It's like an economical run. They must have worked out that to save energy, they do that kind of lolloping run, you know?
Maybe it's just an affectation.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it was kind of saying, I'll run away, but I'm not really that scared.
I'm not that scared. Maybe I'll run away.
I'll just low.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
just
not running
low
that
off.
far. I'm just going over here. Right, we're out of time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What about that last one?
Yeah, I never read the last one.
Good idea.
Fancy a quick awkward pause or a mouth organ?
What's inside your phone box, if you don't mind me
Oh, that's
saying?
a Doctor Who TARDIS thing.
Is there something in it?
Yeah,
'Cause the
inside here,
TARDIS
they're bigger in the inside.
Massive.
The inside here is the entire Kardashian family.
And the word TARDIS...
Yes, out! No, stay in there! Stay in there, you fame whores!
The word TARDIS wasn't invented for that, right?
What?
The word TARDIS wasn't invented for that. The word TARDIS is a word that describes something that's bigger on the inside than the outside.
Yeah.
It's not invented for Doctor Who. Or was it?
No, it was. It means time and relative dimension in space. Don't you know anything?
Oh, my God.
Dominic Monaghan!
Nice work.
Welcome back to the show. My first guest tonight is a very beautiful actress. She is hosting the BET Honours, which airs February the 21st. Please welcome the adorable Gabrielle Union, everybody. Gabrielle Union. I'm good. You just look lovely. Look at you.
Well,
you look
thank
very
you.
attractive with your jacket and coat and
Oh,
legs
thank
and
you.
whatnot.
I wanted to channel a little something extra for Black History Month. So, I started, saying, what would Naomi do?
Yeah.
And
that's probably not always the best thing to ask yourself. In situations like, I'm feeling pretty angry here now. What would Naomi do? Maybe just, but it's great. It's like a multi-layered thing. There's a picture of a beautiful woman. There is a beautiful woman. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired. You're hosting this show?
I am hosting the show.
Why would you host a show? You're an actress. You don't want to host a show. It's hard.
The check cleared. That's part of the joy of being a Black actress. You're like, did the check clear? Oh, it did! Oh. It's a great job. Like Naomi... she comes from that world of I wouldn't roll out of bed for, less than $10,000.
A gazillion dollars, yeah.
They're like, here's some Twizzlers. And I'm like, great, I'll be there. So
You're obviously in the same pay bracket for this show. You can have this show.
Sure.
Twizzlers, that's what got me here.
Exactly.
Free candy, I'm in. And a skeleton? Yeah.
I'll take it.
Now, are you from Pleasanton? Is that true?
Well, I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska,
Right,
but
which is a lovely place.
They're on par. When you think of huge.
Well, no, Pleasanton I mentioned just because I played the Tommy T Comedy Club there, and
I'm from Omaha, but I grew up in Pleasanton, and when you played Tommy T's, it was on par with Barack Obama showing up. It was a very big deal.
It's a small town, isn't it? Yeah.
It was a very, very big deal, and everyone's like, well, do you know him? Have you been on the show? And I was like, well,
I thought Pleasanton was such a lovely place.
Isn't it lovely?
It's very nice. And what's the name of that pizza? Gay 90s
Gay
pizza?
90s?
Yeah.
You went to Gay 90s?
It's called that one? I'm like, yes. Where'll I go for pizza? There!
That's where we used to, go.
Did you go up there and did you that's where you had all your teenage? Because I think it's kind of like American graffiti-ish.
A little bit.
It kind of has that kind of 50s vibe about it a little bit.
It was a little tough to kind of, have your fun. I could not have been doing what Lindsay Lohan was doing, and I stuck out a little. In Pleasanton, we were the Black family.
Really?
So they're like, the Black girl did it. And I was like, there was no one else.
But surely if you're the Black girl, you can say, wait, no, it was clearly not a Black person.
It was Naomi. No, it was, I had no one else to blame. So I always kind of stuck out a little bit in P-Town.
Do you have anything that you do for Black History Month? Because we had Cornel West here for the first day of Black History Month, because I know nothing about Black history in America. And he taught me a little bit about it. Do you know Cornel West?
I know his books. We used to study them. I was
very clever man.
A sociology major at UCLA, and I took a number of classes, and he was required reading.
Yeah, he should be for everyone.
Everyone.
He's a remarkable human being.
No.
He phoned me today, actually, because he heard that, my wife had a baby, so he called me up. He's such a nice man.
He's amazing and such a gentle spirit and really,
he'd like
really
you,
awesome.
I tell you that. I mean, I know him enough to know he'd like you a lot.
He's been very kind to me.
Yeah, no, he's well, do you do anything for Black History Month? Is there any? Well, you host the BET Awards.
Well, I host the BET Awards, but you know, sometimes I'll do panels, and I do some more impersonal things. You know, like when, you know, on occasion people will say, you know, tell me about, you know, black folks. You know, is there anything I should do or should not do?
Presumably, this is white folks that are saying this. Yeah.
And you know, there have been times where I was like, you know, you shouldn't probably compliment a grown-ass person about how well-spoken they are. Not a compliment. With the eyebrows raised, like, you are so well-spoken.
Yeah, no, that's...
Look at that! Look at that! You put a whole sentence together without a double negative. You are so articulate.
Do I do that? I've never done that.
You've never done that.
Come on.
You've never done that. But it's a service I offer for corporations. You know, you're so pretty to be so black. You know, not a compliment.
No, come on. People don't really talk like they really do. Oh, stop.
Welcome to America.
No. I don't believe. I mean, most people. I guess I wouldn't. I'm not a black woman, but I mean, God.
You'd be surprised, or
really?
not.
No, I think I'd be surprised.
But I mean, I can offer the service. Yeah, I can come back and do like
you can back anytime you like, young lady. I am absolutely fine with it. Now, tell me, what are the BET Awards then? What's happening? Where are they?
Well, we actually did them about 3 weeks ago in Washington, D.C.
Pre-recorded? We'd never do that here.
You know, just in case I say something inappropriate, and you know, sometimes I go off.
We would also never do that here. Yeah.
I go off book at times. I did have a little Rex Ryan joke, you know, for the foot fetishists out there, which may or may not make it to the final broadcast. But probably for those reasons, they do a tape. But
are you a foot fetishist? Are you attracted to feet?
No.
You are, aren't you?
No.
Just admit it. Just admit it.
No, I don't like the yellowing, thick toenail, like look like the Lanasil commercial,
Come on,
with a monster.
No, you do. You like feet, I can tell.
No. I don't like them touching me. I don't like the smell of like the corn chip foot funk smell.
So you've got some kind of phobia about feet?
Not a phobia. I just don't need them like touching me, and I don't want them like, you know, hanging out of a car window to like be recorded like a la the Rex Ryan footage.
I don't know what the Rex Ryan thing is. I've been very busy the past week or two. I have missed out.
Oh no, it's old. It's like a whole
What
thing.
Was it?
The coach of the Jets, you know, him and his spouse. And what I liked, it was his actual spouse. It wasn't some random broad. They had a little foot thing.
Oh, foot thing. Well, that's right. They're married.
It was awesome. If you're into feet, go for it. Like, by all means. I just don't need them near me.
I'm not really buying this. I think you've got some unresolved foot issues. I think so, yeah, maybe a little bit. Like if a little bit of word association. We'll play word association, all right?
Okay.
Sock. You gagged.
I couldn't even get it out. It was just like a gag reflex.
All right. Well, let's try another one then, right? Okay. Shoe.
Sock.
Foot.
Fetish.
See? Yeah, you do.
It is. It's deep-seated.
Yeah,
I think it's deep-seated.
We're out of time. Mouth organ or awkward pause?
Awkward pause.
Oh, fine.
It's a big cup.
This isn't an awkward pause, it's a sexy pause. I'm far too delighted about that. All right, let's do it again. Awkward pause.
Awkward pause.
Yeah. Still sexy!
That was sexy. I looked like I was constipated.
You can't help yourself. That's the problem. All right, let's do it again. Awkward pause. I still think it's pretty sexy, yeah. But I'll take it. Gabrielle Union, everybody. Comedian. He's the voice of Randall on Comedy Central's Ugly Americans. Please welcome Kurt Metzger, everybody.
Okay. Thank you. Please lower your expectations a little. You guys sound really nice, though. I can't really see you very well because I need glasses, but I can't wear them medically because my eyebrows are too big. Like, they will grow into a headband. That will happen. And I kind of have big nostrils where sometimes it looks like I didn't shave, but that is the shadow of my nostrils. So if I wear glasses, it looks like my eyebrows and nose came with my glasses. And I can't live my life that way. So I choose to just kind of look like if Mr. Bean was a sex offender or something. It's my choice. Also, I just got my HIV test, everyone. And I don't have it. You know, I probably wouldn't bring it up on TV if I did. But I had to go to a free clinic in New York for my test, which is the most terrifying way to get that test, okay? If you have a good upper middle class insurance doctor, that's a whole different test for you. That's very reassuring. There you go, doctor, I'm a little nervous. And he goes, don't worry, you come from a good family with khaki pants and the right attitude. That literally could never happen to you. But at the free clinic, they have to really terrify poor people, so they have very different numbers that they work with. So they're like, oh, you forgot a condom one time in college? Yes, there's a very good chance that you have HIV. That is how you get it. And then they interview you about your dirty life that led to this test. And this is the first question this lady asked me. Have you knowingly had unprotected sex with someone who was HIV positive recently? Of course, why? What could happen? You could get AIDS from that! That's how you get that! And then they go, if you do have HIV, what are you planning to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have insurance, so probably I will have to treat it at home myself using Kanoki foot pads that I got from the dollar store. That is my current health care. Ooh, also I've been traveling, and I just got to go to Alaska, and I don't know if you've ever had the chance to visit, but if you ever do get the chance to go to Alaska, by all means go to Hawaii, because Alaska is a frozen, terrible place filled with just the worst people you've ever met in your life. And you think it's going to be all nice because you see that Palin show, and maybe you saw Northern Exposure, and you think it's going to be all quaint and folksy, and there's going to be a local moose everyone knows by name. And it's not like that. It's a bunch of slobs from Jersey that move there and think they're better than you now. That's what Alaska is, okay? And here's why they're not better. It's a 12-to-1 male-to-female ratio. 12-to-1. And that one ain't good. But she's got a lot of confidence. This is how out of control they are. I was at a show, and a guy made a joke that you'd let Brad Pitt harass you at work because he's hot, and a 300-pound waitress next to me goes, if Brad Pitt touched my ass, I'd call the police. I'm like, really? You would call a cop if Brad Pitt came down from heaven to this boring frozen wasteland you live in and touched the beanbag chair you call an ass? With his beautiful golden hands, you would alert an authority? You wouldn't drop to your hammy knees and thank some kind of whale god for the best thing that will ever happen to you? Here's a fun fact about Alaska that I bet you didn't know. They just made it illegal to have sex with animals there this year. Because it was becoming a problem. And if you see the women they have there, I gotta believe some of these guys are making an honest mistake because it gets talked for months. Anyway, in conclusion, you guys, I don't know if you guys worry about the world ending in 2012 because of the Mayan calendar, the ancient Mayan calendar, but don't worry, it's probably not gonna happen. You know why? Because it's an ancient Mayan calendar. Why would they know that, the end of the world? They didn't have any pants. Did you know that about them? You think you could crack the secrets of the universe, but not the secret of pockets first? Because you can't. They just made a lot of calendars, and they never said it's the end of the world. Goofy white people made that up, okay? They just stopped making calendars past 2012 because they probably had plenty of calendars. That's my guess. Hey, guys, I just made a new calendar. Oh, awesome. A snake just bit my penis again. You think you could cool it with the calendars for a little bit? And work on something in this area that keeps getting bitten by snakes because we live in a jungle? Maybe just take care of it before Mel Gibson gets here. That's all I'm asking. Thank you very much. You guys are really cool. Thank you so much.
If you're watching Craig at home, you're missing half the fun. Consider this your formal invitation to laugh live in our studio audience at a taping of The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Please give us a call at 323-570-0059 or visit our website at oneiota.com.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Craig?
That was like the Super Bowl promo on Fox, wasn't it? All right, we gotta go. It's been too late. I've talked too long. If I don't get some sleep, I'm gonna poo my pants. Good night, everybody.